46% of people can't read their prescription bottle label. 20% of high school graduates can be considered illiterate at the time of graduation. 60% of the federal or state incarcerated are illiterate. The strongest predictor of somebody's health status is their literacy skill level.
I feel very appreciative that I have the opportunity to be a tutor. I feel like I'm a cheerleader, a facilitator. The materials that the Literacy Council provided and raised eagerness to learn makes it a very easy task.
If it wasn't for the literacy class, I would never have got my plumber's license. I would have never been able to read the street signs out here because when I came here, my reading level was at 4th grade level. And if because of them, a lot of things that they've opened up a lot of doors for me. I've been studying for my GED, trying to get it so I can take some courses for architectural drafting and small business.
The thing about reading, like we say, reading, I can read but get the understanding. And that's what she is teaching me, to get to understand when I'm reading. Ain't nothing like education. I wish I'd have, because you can control your life. I did want to become a counselor because I'm a recovering addict, and I want to give back. I want to give back to the program that helped me.
My name is Patricia Melvin. I think I became involved originally sometime around 1996, 97, as a board member actually assigned by New Hanover County. I remember the greatest challenge that we faced was probably the challenge of changing leadership as well as looking at our funding streams. Because of the economic downturn, everyone was struggling, and so our funds were affected by that process.
In order to actually keep the organization going, we ended up having to sell units just to stay afloat.
Remember thinking how we're going to make it from here as a small program, supporting small businesses and supporting housing for people in the community who might not otherwise have been able to afford it. And thinking to myself, can we actually live through this?
And we, struggled through that time. The whole nation was going through a struggle. We were able to remain strong but powerful, during
First of all, let me thank the Harrelson Center for allowing Philippians 3 Ministries, Inc. to have space in this building. It is a building full of ministry, full of hope and promise for any individual that comes through. And here at Philippians 3, my name is Jerry Holliday, by the way, and I'm Executive Director of Philippians 3 Ministries, Inc. And we base it on where Paul said he knew he hadn't arrived yet. He messed up, but still he was going to press. And down here we press because we want them to realize there's a destiny that they have in store for them that nobody else can claim but them. So what we do, we minister to the needs of the individuals who are either homeless, in shelters, going through situations that they need wardrobing for job interviews or employment. And it's such an honor to be a partner in this building, part of the Harrelson Center legacy, shall we say. But I just want to say thank you for the opportunity and the privilege to be a partner with the Harrelson Center, Joanne Carter Harrelson Center.
My name is Joshua Steno. I'm with Communities in Schools. I'm the director of the after-school program WIRE. WIRE is an academic after-school program where we identify kids that are at risk of dropping out. And we offer them a safe place to come to avoid gangs, drugs, that kind of thing, as well as offering them youth enrichment and tutoring help.
Well, the concept for the Positive Partners Prison Program came about when a few of us dog trainers decided that it would be really beneficial if we could get a dog, a shelter dog, trained before adopted out. We won't adopt a dog out of our program until they've finished their 8 weeks of training. So after the 8 weeks is complete, most of the time, we have all the dogs with families waiting. So we have a graduation ceremony at our larger prison, and we invite the families there, and we play pomp and circumstance, and we have the inmates walk down the gymnasium aisle with their dog, with the graduate, and then the family comes up on the stage and accepts the dog from their inmate trainer. The leash is actually handed over to the family at the time of graduation.
I'm Pat Hairston. I am the program manager for Canines for Service. Delta May is my 10-year-old Airedale Terrier, and we are our Canines for Therapy team. Canines for Therapy is an opportunity for people to come in from the community with their own dogs and train to be volunteers out in the community. They take a 6-week training course, and then they can go out and volunteer in the hospitals, the nursing homes, assisted living, the library for our Canines for Literacy program, the elementary schools for our literacy program. Canines for Therapy is part of the bigger picture. We have our service dog program, which is Canines for Service, our veterans program, Canines for Veterans, and both those programs provide service dogs for people with disabilities. And then we have our therapy program, Canines for Therapy. Come on, speak.
Catalina is a 4-year-old English lab.
She's sweet, she's obedient, and she makes everybody smile. We felt that Catalina was the kind of dog that needed to do service somewhere, and we found Canines for Therapy, and they had a training program, and we were very happy to be able to go through it with Catalina. No matter how sick a patient is or how distressed the family is, her healing touch is she makes them smile and gives them some relief.
The Cape Fear area is a world-class region with great restaurants, schools, entertainment, transit, and of course, people. It is no wonder that Wilmington is one of the most visited cities in North Carolina. But did you know that when you scratch the surface, you will find that 1 in 3 families in our area live in overcrowded, substandard, or unaffordable housing? As rent continues to rise, so too does the number of lower-income families living on the edge. No one should have to live like that, and we'll do everything we can to make sure no one has to. We are Cape Fear Habitat for Humanity. Founded in 1987, our mission is to mobilize volunteers and community partners to build simple, decent, and affordable housing and promote home ownership. Habitat for Humanity is built on a simple model that makes a world of difference. Here's how it works. First, we identify eligible low-income families. These families are selected based on their level of need, their willingness to partner in the program, and their ability to repay an interest-free mortgage. Then, we prepare them for homeownership through our education program. New homeowners receive training on everything from general maintenance to insurance to financial planning and budget management. Next, we acquire the land to build on. Cape Fear Habitat relies on a number of resources, including the government, private developers, and the open market. These partnerships enable us to develop affordable homes for much less than it costs traditional builders. After that, we strap on our hard hats and steel-toed boots and we build. And the best part is, we don't do it alone. One of the primary ways we are able to keep the homes affordable is because of volunteer labor. That's right, the homes are built primarily by volunteers. Individuals, corporate groups, faith and community organizations all raise a hammer in partnership with us, giving their time and energy to support this worthwhile cause.
Good morning and welcome, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. You are standing on awesome ground, 3918 Price's Lane. This development is called the Cottages at Cornerstone, and this little cul-de-sac is called Gideon Point. And in about 4 to 4.5, 5 months, depending on the weather, this pretty lady right here, LaShonda Skeeters, is going to own a house that sits on this property. Let's hear it from LaShonda!
Home ownership means better outcomes for the children in the family, in school, in health. By every measure, those who own their own homes do better in life. And this dream of home ownership has become more difficult for lower income families to achieve. And that's where Habitat comes in. We're able to connect them back up with that dream.